Help a sister out. Tell me you prefer Zelle, but Venmo is okay, and give me the QR code. I want to pay you, but you make it so difficult. Hi, I'm Allie Jane Ayers, and this is Money Changes Everything. You are not a vending machine. How to price your services or your time. Key takeaways. Nobody likes pricing surprises. Set and meet expectations. There are so many different ways to price. Pick one, but know it will likely change. The way you charge shapes how clients see your value. There's no perfect way to price your services. If you're a business owner, you already know the paralysis that can come with setting a rate. If you're not, and you're just trying to decide whether it's worth paying someone to fold your laundry or clean your fridge, you're still running the same equation. How much is your time worth? What would you pay to not feel behind or burned out? What are you really buying? If you're selling a product, I like this straightforward guide from Shopify that I have linked in my Substack, using the cost plus pricing model. If you're just starting out or revisiting your prices, one of the most useful exercises is to reverse engineer your rate. Start with how much money you want to make in a year, not your dream number, your actual goal. Let's say it's $120,000. Now, calculate how many hours you realistically have to work. Not 40 hours a week times 52 weeks. You're going to take some time off, and you can't realistically get paid for every hour of the week. Side note, that's the beauty of a W-2 job with a salary. You're paid a flat rate, so no matter how much you work in a week, you're still paid. Think twice about quitting your day job for the so-called greener pastures of self-employment. So you're not working 52 weeks a year. Subtract your vacation, sick days, admin, marketing, unpaid prep, and time spent staring at the wall because you're human. Let's say you have 25 billable hours a week and you work 48 weeks per year. That's 1,200 billable hours a year. So let's take $120,000 divided by 1,200 hours. That's $100 per hour. That's your minimum viable rate. If you charge less than that, you're not hitting your income goal, but that's just the starting point. You also need to account for taxes, software, insurance, continuing education, and the fact that you're the janitor and the CEO. If you're self-employed, multiply that base rate by 1.25 to 1.5 to get a suitable number. 100 times 1.3 is $130 an hour. That's more honest. That's what it takes to make $120,000 a year as a one-person business model with overhead. And even if you don't charge hourly, this is a helpful anchor. It helps your flat fees and packages stay grounded in reality, not wishful thinking. It's not the final answer for everyone, but it's a good starting point. I think there's a lot of very generic platitudes that exist when it comes to pricing your services. The piece of advice that I hear the most is, you aren't charging enough. What they mean is you have guessed at your prices and you might be providing something for less than your target customers will pay. You might be leaving money on the table. In reality, I find that sometimes business owners are, in fact, undercharging. They're making something or providing a service and barely covering the costs for their time, effort, and materials. The business just won't work. But sometimes your price determines the type of customer you work with. Are your services priced lower than your competitors because you want to attract a certain type of client, one that you enjoy working with? In my business, we're highly regulated, so there are limitations to exactly how we can charge for giving financial advice. We are not permitted to charge someone more than 6 months in advance. Some people want to pay monthly. Others never want to see the fee. We have changed our pricing structure more times than I'd like to admit. Ultimately, I think of pricing as serving two masters, the bottom line and the customer. It has to work for both. The price has to be palatable to the customer, but also ensure the company or person is compensated enough to continue to provide a good product or service. In my case, at one point early in our business, our prices were, in fact, too low. We were delivering a ton of service. Monthly meetings, financial reports, tax returns, all for a low monthly price. It was, in theory, a great deal for our initial customers, but it was not sustainable. One of our biggest competitive advantage on pricing is that we are extremely transparent in an industry known for being shady and obfuscating fees. We put ours right on our website with a calculator. I'm sure it puts some people off, but for those who are a good fit, it's the first step in us building trust with our potential clients. I've learned a few things about pricing over the years as both a business owner and a consumer of other people's services and products. Here are some of the things I've discovered. Nobody likes surprises. Be upfront about what things cost. No one reacts well to a surprise bill. A great way to lose a customer is to not prepare them for the total cost of your services. That said, if you find that a project is going to take you more hours or more materials, communicate that before you start the work. You don't need to work for free because you feel bad or mispriced something initially. If you're increasing your prices, give folks at least a 30-day heads up. If the increase is large, give them at least 90 days so they don't feel caught off guard and can shop around. The outcome may be that they end up sticking with you, but be prepared for blowback. Build price increases into your agreements. This is related to nobody likes surprises. Let your customers know that your prices go up every year. Maybe it's 2%, maybe it's 5%. Build that into your agreements and pricing so it's not a surprise. Make it easy for people to pay you. To all of my lovely vendors and consultants reading this, for the love of God, please stop sending me PDF invoices. Yes, I'm talking to you. Your customers aren't late on your invoices because they hate you or don't have any money. It's because you sent one email with an attachment they had to open with a deadline in tiny print. Okay, fine. If you absolutely insist on using PDF invoices, you better make sure the instructions for how to pay you are clearly written and that you provide more than one way to pay you. Help a sister out. Tell me you prefer Zelle, but Venmo is okay, and give me the QR code. I want to pay you, but you make it so difficult. Okay, that rant is over. Please do not send PDF invoices. There are tons of free softwares out there like Wave and QuickBooks where you can send invoices with reminders and make it really easy for your customers to pay you. How you can charge and what each method says about you. There are a handful of common ways to price your work. None of them are perfect. Each one signals something different about you to your client, and each one comes with trade-offs. Hourly. Hourly pricing is the default. Everyone understands the concept of an hour of time, and it's easy for tiny human brains to quantify it. As a buyer, you have an assumption about how long something should take, especially if it's something you can do yourself, but are choosing not to. Hourly pricing is easy to invoice, and it's easy to communicate. My hourly rate is X dollars. It's simple, but not neutral. It turns your time into a metronome. Clients start watching the clock. You feel like you have to track every minute. What if it only took you 5 minutes to use a template that took you 2 years of grad school to hone? It can feel transactional fast. That doesn't mean it's wrong. It works well for troubleshooting, on-call consulting, or one-off tasks with unpredictable scope. The downside, it punishes efficiency. If you're fast and experienced, you earn less. If you're slow or verbose, you earn more. That's upside down. Flat fee. A fixed price for a project. Clean, clear, clients love it. But you have to scope tightly. When the work expands and the fee doesn't, that's when you get resentment. This works best when you've done the work a dozen times before and can accurately predict the effort involved. Flat fees reward people who manage expectations, define deliverables, and say no when the client wants just one more thing. Subscription. Recurring revenue, predictable cash flow, mutual commitment. Sounds great, right? It can be, but it also requires trust and structure. What's included? What's off limits? Do clients feel like they're getting their money's worth every month? Subscriptions work best when your value is consistent and your client relationship is ongoing. Think coaching, financial advising, marketing strategy, or even household help. I love this model. Sliding scale. This can be an ethical, values-based choice, or it can turn into a logistical nightmare. If you offer a sliding scale, be clear about who qualifies, how it works, and how you'll manage it. Don't punish yourself for trying to be generous. Packages or tiers. This is not just about giving options, it's about shaping perception. A well-designed tiered offer tells your clients who each level is for, what they can expect, and why the middle tier is often the smartest choice. Tiers give structure to your value. They let you say, yes, I can help you, without saying yes to everything. Your basic tier covers essentials. Your core tier delivers the real transformation. Your premium tier is there for the client who wants full access, no limits, white glove, everything. Packages protect your boundaries. They turn scope creep into a pricing decision, not a personal one. They also create natural price breaks and upgrade paths. Instead of saying no, you say, that's actually included in the next tier. It also allows your customers to grow with you. Done right, your tiers become an excellent sales tool. When you lay it all out, your customer feels like they've already had a conversation with you. Pricing is hard. You will likely change your prices many times. Just don't wait too long or chicken out. But it's also about being clear on what you're really selling and what you're actually buying, whether you're charging for your time or trying to get some of it back by hiring help. There is no formula that will make it feel perfect. The goal is to be clear, fair, and firm enough so that you can keep doing the work without resenting the work. Because burnout doesn't come from working hard. It comes from working hard while underpaid, underappreciated, and overobligated. You are not a vending machine. You are not an algorithm spitting out deliverables based on coins inserted. You are a person doing real work for other people, and your pricing should reflect that. Start where you are and adjust as you learn. Say it out loud before you believe it, then bill accordingly. Here's my parting shot. You can't build a sustainable business on polite guesses.